Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and I hope you're doing well. So today I'll be going through the set list for Triplet Beat, which was released on 10th of March, which you can see right here. And we'll be going through what exactly you can pull from this set. This set is currently very inflated in terms of price. Well, not inflated I guess, but it's kind of like price pumped so high that it's kind of crazy at the moment in Japan. But I'll go through that later on. But basically, it has a lot of good cards in this set based on Scarlet and Violet, and basically there are some returning Pokemons that you can see from this set list. So, Among Us, Fungus, etc. But of course, Triplet Beat is kind of like, the remix version, of the original 3 starter Pokemons. So you got Sprigatito, which is one of the grass starter for Scarlet Violet, and of course you get the evolution of it, which you can see here. And then further down you get Pokeka, which is the fire starter, and then you get the evolution EX card for it. And then last of all you get Quaxly as well, which is the last water starter Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet. And of course you get the evolution for it. So I won't go too much detail in terms of what you can actually pull. These are the grass, the rare, the uncommons and common cards for them, and then of course the holo cards, etc. In terms of the higher pull cards, I'll scroll all the way down. You as always, with the current set, you get the AR cards. So I'll just go through them now. So in terms of the AR cards, you get Tropius, which you can see here, which I do like the artwork for this as well, actually. And then you get Sprigatito. So in this set, you kind of have like all of the starter Pokemons, the AR ones, and then the final evolution of the starter Pokemons, they tend to be the SAR cards. And then you get Floragato, I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm not very good at pronouncing names, to be honest, and I try my best. And you get the Pyro, another AR for Pyro. Fuecoco has a AR as well. So these AR cards for the starter Pokemon, they kind of tell a story as well. So once you collect them all, then you'll be able to find out what the story is, to be honest. So you get the middle evolution, Crocalo, maybe that. Then you get the Magic Carp. So this card is currently pumped so high at the moment in Japan. Usually AR cards are priced around the 200 to 400 yen region, maybe 500 yen, based on how good the card is. But this Magic Carp has been pumped up to like 1,900 yen, which is around 15 pounds, I guess, or maybe 15 pounds, $20 maybe, something like that, which is insane for an AR card in my opinion. I'm expecting this to drop in price to the normal prices, but I don't know why it's so high at the moment. And you get Quaxly AR card, quite nice, and then the evolution Quaxwell. Pretty much, it has a similar theme. And then you got Miss Magus, which I believe is one of the nicer AR cards. I do like the actual design of this card. And then we've got Paldean Taurus, which is quite menacing and quite nicely drawn as well. So I actually noticed the actual name of the artist as well. Quite nice. I think it's one of nice AR sets, to be honest. And then you've got Wooper, which it's quite chill, to be honest, relaxing in the swamp. I believe it's a swamp. And then you got Meowscarade, Full Art, Skelly Deerge, I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. I'm not very good at pronouncing stuff. Maxwell, whatever, Full Art as well. And Denene EX, so similar to the Arcanine and the Gyarados EXs, you get the Full Art EX cards with Tail form. This is a Denene in Tail form of Fairy. The Fairy is usually shape of hearts, but of course there's no Fairy types in the TCG, so it's a Psychic type. which is quite nice. I think I want this card, to be honest. I don't really want to pull it because, you know, it's quite cheap, but I don't mind buying it. I'll probably buy it at some point. And then you got Lycanroc EX, and then you get Quagsire, Paldean Quagsire EX. I guess it's okay. I mean, it's not the best, but it's okay, it's fine. And then Dendra. Now this card is extremely expensive in Japan for some stupid reason. But I'll go through the prices and you can see, you know, how, you know, price pumped they are at the moment, and, you know, the before and after of this recording, how much it has dropped. Basically, you know, a lesson for you guys, you know, basically, you know, not to buy cards on day one unless it's a very, very popular card that's used in TCG, well, specifically Japan TCG. So unless the card is, you know, very useful in the actual card game, I don't think the prices should be that high. So for example would be Lugia from Lost Abyss. I think it's from is it Lost Abyss? No, Power Trigger, whatever it's called. That's it, PT. That card, you know, Lugia is, you know, a staple at the moment, in a meta deck at the moment for the Pokemon TCG. So I expect that to be more expensive, of course, because people who like to flex their decks, you know, they buy, you know, for Lugia, you know, alt arts to pretty much flex their deck, right, and show off, you know, they've got the wealth. But if you know, certain Pokemons or certain trainer cards aren't that well used in the TCG, there's no reason for the prices to be so high, in my opinion. I just think, you know, the prices are completely, you know, price pumped at the moment. And then of course you've got Clavel, Clive, to be honest, Faulkner, which is Hayato in Japanese. Boss's Order, so this is the new Boss's Order in the set, so a lot of the old cards are being rotated out on the TCG. This will be the new one. And then you get the alt art or the high rarity Meowscarade SAR. So this is kind of replacing the gold rarity cards, I believe, in Pokemon sets. Meowscarade SAR, which is quite expensive at the moment. Skeldurge, whatever, EX SAR as well, quite expensive. Not too expensive, to be honest. It's fine. It's prices is okay. And then you got Black Quaxwell, if you have pronounced it that way, I don't know. Priced okay, to be honest, it's not too bad. Kind of wanted a better artwork for this, but I guess, you know, it likes flexing its hair. And then you get the Dendra SAR card, which is insanely priced, in my opinion. It has dropped a bit, but, you know, we'll go through the prices in a minute. But at this rate, like, Miriam was around $600, I think, when release. This one was around $800 on release. And at this rate, you know, how much they're pumping the prices in Japan from Card Rush, you know, and a lot of the, you know, single card, you know, sites that sell, you know, cards. I won't be surprised if, you know, SAR card is the $1,000 mark, to be honest. It's pretty much for the Oilers who have the money, to be honest. We'll be buying them on day one, but I expect them to, you know, drop in price. Genitis, whatever it's called, his name, I can't pronounce it, to be honest. The Boss's Order card for this. I was kind of surprised he came back. I thought it would be a different person to be the Boss's Order, but I guess there's not like a proper villain in this game, I guess, for Boss's Order in Scarlet and Violet. I don't even know who would be the Boss's Order card in Scarlet and Violet, to be honest. Yeah, I can't really think of one. And then of course you get the Meowscarade EX gold card. Okay, so gold cards are back, but, you know, fine. Which is quite nice, to be honest. I think this card's quite good, actually. I don't know. I need to double think about it. And then you got Skelly-Dirge. So you can see the prices down here. I didn't even notice. And then so all of the starter Pokemons have a gold rarity card. But that's pretty much the set list. And in terms of the prices, we'll go through the prices now, before and after. So I'll show you guys what was the exact prices, to be honest. So basically, on day one of Card Rush, when the whole set was released, these were the prices that was listed from them. Of course, a lot of these cards are super expensive in my opinion. So you can see Meowscarade. It's not too bad, but I understand it's at that price, I guess, but it's still too high in my opinion. Like $200, quite high for a release card, to be honest. And then you have the counterparts, the Skelly Dirge, whatever, and then the Maxwell. And then of course the insane price was Dendera. So this was the initial price, 94,000. I believe at peak it went to 130,000. I don't really have a screenshot of it, but even at that, right, 130,000 is 130,000 anyway. But even at that price, it's £1,000, $900. It's super expensive. You can see on eBay right now, if you search on eBay, you can see this card is being listed by people from Japan for £1,000. Well, not £1,000, $1,000, $900, which is insane in my opinion. Like, this price is pretty much overpricing a lot of the old cards from Pokemon. It's overpricing it. So if you compare more rarer cards like the Poncho cards, the Poncho Pikachu cards to be exact, this card is overpricing that. And it's insane in my opinion. So we don't know how the market is working at the moment, of course, for Pokemon. And you can see the SL card, it's 35,000, which is still insanely high in my opinion. And of course, all the other trainer cards, you can see they're from the 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000 mark. And you can see the boss's order card is around 12,000. It's okay. It's an SAR card, so it's fine. So that's plausible. This is fine as well, I guess. But it's just a Kara EX card. Magikarp 1,400, which is okay, I guess. But then if you compare it to the prices now, so I'll show you the prices now. That's currently on Sunday on my time. Okay, so if you look at the current prices now, it's dropped a lot more. So of course the A- state cards, they're not that great. They might have some damage and stuff like that, but I presume most of the time they don't have any damage. It's just maybe a small scratch or something like that. But if you look at the prices now, 84,000 for Dendera, which has dropped a lot from 130,000 I think. And Meowscarade is kind of like dropped 1,000 from launch. You can see this has dropped dramatically as well. What was it before? Let me see. What was it before? 35,000 I believe it was. Now it's 24,000, so 10,000 off. So I'm expecting these cards to drop a lot more, in my opinion, in terms of the stock wise. They have a ton of stock, so I expect these to drop a bit more. A Magikarp card, whatever it is, I believe it might be sold out. I think it's sold out, but even that's super expensive for some stupid reason. They're selling it for like 2,900 or something like that, which I don't understand why. But yeah, the prices are extremely high at the moment. I think it's because a lot of people are buying the boxes and then selling them overseas as well, but not from like a official website, if you know what I mean. They're selling it from Facebook, which doesn't really help, to be honest. It kind of price bumps the prices, the market prices that people can get in the UK or in the US, etc. Rather than buying boxes close to around the $70 mark, $80 mark, they're kind of selling it now at $100 just because people are trying to scalp the hell out of them. But hopefully, these boxes get cheaper. I don't know at the moment. And it's probably best to just rebuy them, to be honest, from the Pokemon Center if they release them at a reasonable rate. But yeah, this is just my mini rant, I guess, of how overly priced the cards are at the moment. But hopefully it gets better in time. Unless I'm hoping that Pokemon Center, well, not Pokemon Center, but people who make the cards in general, they kind of like mass produce these in terms of flooding this, flooding the actual markets with cards, so that it actually drive the prices down, considerably a lot. Of course, that has the impact, of course, in terms of rarity, in terms of people know. But yeah, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. I do have a few boxes of these, well, 2 boxes that I've managed to get at a decent price, which isn't $100 plus. To be honest, I'm not paying $100 plus for a box. And basically, I'll open those boxes and see what I get, and hopefully, praying that these cards drop more in price. But I'll catch everyone on the next video. I know I haven't been opening any stuff. I might open some Scarlet and Violet in English. I believe Jade wants to open it at ETB. So once we get that, well, once we pre-order that, to be honest, we'll open that box up. Well, she'll open the box up because she's collecting the English stuff. So I'll catch everyone on the next video, and hopefully, you guys stay well, stay safe. Don't get tricked into buying, super expensive boxes. To be honest, I know it's very tempting, but it's something that we should be aware of. So take care, guys, and I'll catch everyone on the next video. Bye, everyone. Bye bye.